Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. I want to give another quick shout out to those of you who have recently made a donation to the channel. I really truly thank you so much. It lets me know that I am touching home to you. I am a light, a beacon, something that I'm presenting to you is resonating with you, and I appreciate that so much. So thank you once again. I do want to focus in here and zoom in on really what I call quality of thoughts. And how the quality of thoughts, your self-talk, how that tends to ripple forth into your life, how it tends to resonate in your emotional body, your physical body, your cells, down to the DNA level, down to your solution focus, down to really your manifestation of the experiences and really moments in your life that can tend to create a whole new trajectory for you in your life. And that is the quality of thoughts that emerge when you are on your healing journey or trying to sort out situations that have arisen through a covert narcissist, an overt narcissist, a borderline or a psychopathic individual. Someone who has basically been an emotional manipulator. Someone whose emotions have been abusive or their neglect has been abusive or crippling to you. You have suffered a deficit in your happiness. You have suffered a deficit in your finances. You've suffered a deficit in your physical health now because of these relationships, and perhaps you'd stayed with them for too long a period of time because you did not understand the gravity. You did not understand the effects. You had continued to stay in that conflict consciousness, meaning that if you had put their experience, their emotions ahead of yours, you had valued them more than you had valued yourself, you have become into an uneven playing field, and not only in this relationship, but oftentimes it tends to lap over into life. So I know people have had because of their relationship issues, they have issues at their workplace, issues with their health, issues with their energy, and oftentimes this can stem from really the quality of thoughts that tend to become part of trying to heal through and sort through all this, and really kind of separating yourself out of it, moving beyond it, and knowing whether you should or shouldn't. And really, it takes quality of thoughts to be able to feel energetically what is going to be your best decision. And we're not labeling, we're not diagnosing here, and we're not treating here. We're having a general discussion on personality disordered people and resultantly how to heal and emerge from it. And that is the whole goal and focus of this channel. And when I talk about quality of thoughts, I'm really talking about the quality of your self-talk. And this is something very worthy of you to work on. You've heard of quality of food or quality of life or quality of fabric. You can basically look at different qualities of things in life. And for example, a very easy comparison that I think a lot of people will resonate with is quality of food. Quality of food, you can have pop or you can have juice. You can have sugar or you can have pure fruit sugar. And there's a very big difference when you take in a big bottle of juice versus when you take in a big bottle of Coke. You will feel different. There's a different quality to the energy. There's a different quality to the ingredients. And resultantly, there's a different way that your body processes it. When you're eating the real food, you've got the real enzymes, so you've got a real energy, and you're kind of in a little bit different energetic state versus if you slam back a big sugary liter of pop with caramelized coloring, etc., you're going to feel differently. Likewise, there is a similar thing when it comes to quality of thoughts and your affirmations and your emotional qualities of your emotions as well. Oftentimes people are straddling the fence when it comes to how do I label this person? How do I get myself back on track? How do I ground myself? How do I create this new vision for my future? How do I take the steps? How do I keep a vision in front of me? A lot of these people, how do I? And you have to ask yourself, why don't I? Because when you ask yourself this question, why don't I move on? Why don't I be assertive? Why don't I draw a boundary? Why don't I? You should ask yourself these questions, and you'll realize that oftentimes at the root of it is a lack of self-belief. and you're trying to continually get from a personality disordered individual that which you cannot get. So if you're looking for love, empathy, attention, a certain kind of support from a personality disordered individual, or you're looking for them to treat you better and they've been emotionally abusive, distant, cold, callous, silent treatment, stonewalling you, this is who this person is. I mean, their actions should speak louder than the words, and their actions should speak, are going to speak louder than your future. Basically, they're going to continue that. Oftentimes, these individuals are very resistant to change. They're very rigid in their personality constructs. They are who they are, and they like it that way. They are not going to change. They're going to continue the self-absorption. They're going to continue the rage outbursts. They're going to continue the pathological lies. They're going to continue, the charm, that they, and the act that they put on. And that even though you might like this about them, I think that oftentimes this is also part of the downfall of the relationship, is that it is an act, and eventually you want something real. You want something genuine. You want something there for the long run. You don't want to go through life fighting. You don't want to go through life arguing. You don't want to go through life missing the boat or feeling like you're not where you should be or where we should be. There has to be a we to it. And if you can't come together and sort out the pieces and get kind of an image in front of you of how you want things, and there's not an agreement or an ultimatum, it's just uncertainty is going to rule the relationship. Anger and fear is going to rule the relationship. Conflict is going to rule the relationship. And if you're dealing with someone who is borderline, just, even though it's going well, and then all of a sudden here comes all this rage and insults and criticism, eventually you're going to say, I'm hitting the bricks. This is enough. I'm not, my life, this is going to kill me if I stick around and just stick around here, and continue to receive this lambasting physical and emotionally abusive treatment. So, basically you just say, okay, I'm going no contact. See, then comes your conviction and your commitment. And you need to have commitment, not interest, not curiosity, not wonder. Maybe, you can experiment. And if you're in that quality of thought where, you're kind of like on the fence, give yourself a chance to experiment. Try a 7-day no contact challenge. See what happens when you go 7 days no contact and see how you feel. See if you're feeling more at tune, more at peace, more clear. Seeing if you're not fighting so much. Seeing if you're a little bit more self-accepting. Seeing, and then if you can then create that and see the impact that it has, and giving yourself a chance to step away, you realize that you have to be accountable and responsible to yourself. You have to have that self-reliance, that self-dependence, and at the end of the day, you're responsible for the emotional quality of your life. You alone have dominion over yourselves. You have to take charge over what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what your future is going to be, what trajectory your life takes. You are the one who is responsible for that. So if you have been looking for a we with a personality disordered individual, and the gulf is, 1,000 miles apart, then you have to realize that is going to continue, and it's going to be more rigid in that direction. These personality disordered individual oftentimes feel and believes that they have done nothing wrong. They're powerless to change. They're very rigid. And, they're going to be more the controllers, in the life. And, and if you have been supportive of them and you're more of a supportive individual, you need to get with someone, who's a little bit more talkative, friendly, outgoing, supportive, a little bit back and forth, who you can be on level with. Because if you're not on level with these people, you're not meshing, jiving, then there's a conflict, there's an issue, and you have to make a decision. And you have to look at the quality of your life, the quality of your thoughts, the quality of your commitment, and the quality of your courage. So if you have, courage to say, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my life on track, and I'm going to pay attention, and I'm going to be vigilant about this, and I'm going to basically surround myself with what I need to do. I'm going to do what's required. I'm going to get myself feeling content again. I'm going to get myself feeling calm again. I'm going to pull myself together. And furthermore, I'm going to look at the quality of my self-talk and start believing in myself and knowing what my standards are and articulating my standards and working towards my standards and objectives and really kind of blowing out that which I've been procrastinating on, that which I've been putting off, that which I've been living in denial of, sweeping under the rug, sweeping under the table, sweeping under the couch. I'm now going to be getting that out. I'm going to air out my life, my thoughts, so my thoughts will become clear. My affirmations will be clear. I'm serious. I have the emotional backing of myself where I'm serious. I'm committed. This is what's real. This is what's right. And I'm doing this because this is what is right for me. And I'm giving myself the authority to say it is so. And so when you get to that quality, you'll find that the energy of your conviction and your commitment and your focus will become much more clear. You'll become much more balanced. You'll be able to have those boundaries come into place. You'll be able to learn to say no. And this is not to be tolerated, and I'm enforcing those boundaries. The assertiveness becomes more natural. You're able to clearly identify what abuse is. And furthermore, and more importantly, that if you stay with this program long enough, you will then begin to basically start repelling the violators and perpetrators in life. They will no longer be attracted to you, and you will no longer be attracted to them. Instead, your life will be like a tuning fork, drawing to you and attracting to you the positive things, feelings, experiences, events, and people which resonate with who you really are, and that is based in the goodness, the commitment, and quality of life. Based on your quality of thoughts and your emotions and your behaviors that back that up, it will begin to help you to produce and create a more harmonious, happy, blissful, and joy-based life. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share, please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.